All right, this recommendation is to sleep 7 hours every night with a consistent bedtime. About 1 in 3 Americans do not get enough sleep, and this is a real health problem. I actually stop the whole health score assessment when someone is not getting enough sleep, because I will not go on to diet or exercise or standing or their blood pressure until I get sleep squared away. Because if you are going through the world sleep deprived, you have a persistent stress response going on in your body. Your cortisol levels are high, you're not at your best, and it's hard to make big life changes if you're sleep deprived. So the other reason that encouraging sufficient sleep is important is because it's kind of the upstream to a lot of health problems. People who are sleep deprived, first of all, they die at a younger age. There's a higher risk of mortality. It's a higher risk of blood pressure, of high blood pressure, of weight gain, higher risk of diabetes and cardiovascular disease, as well as a higher risk of Alzheimer's dementia. People who do sleep sufficiently and with a consistent bedtime experience better mood and better cognitive function. So sleep is kind of like the prerequisite to making other important life changes. Now, there's these habits of successful sleep hygiene are really important, and I don't just sort of give people a handout and say, take a look at this. We walk through them, each of them, because they are really effective strategies that I use myself to get good sleep at a consistent bedtime. So I'm going to go through them here with you. The first is to get to bed at the same time every night, even on weekends. Second is to limit naps or not nap at all. The third is to avoid caffeine 6 hours before bed, to avoid exercise 4 hours before sleep. Now, a lot of people actually do exercise that relaxes them, like yoga or stretching. If the exercise you're doing within 4 hours of bedtime relaxes you, then by all means continue to do it. But there are forms of aerobic activity that really kind of increase your adrenaline and make it difficult to sleep. Avoid alcohol 3 hours before sleep. A lot of people actually drink to go to sleep. The problem is that although drinking helps you fall asleep, you have a mini withdrawal in the middle of the night, so you actually wake up in the middle of the night. So it's not an effective sleep aid. Next is to follow a bedtime ritual to relax. So the bedtime ritual is some activity you do every night as a habit before sleep that gets you ready for sleep. For me, I listen to an audiobook I go to bed at 9 p.m., I wake up at 4 a.m. every day. The audiobook is like, from 8 to 9 p.m., that's my time to listen to an audiobook. I do it with lights out in bed, and it's incredibly relaxing and enjoyable. It's something I look forward to. I don't let any other work or worries crowd in that last hour, and it's completely a time to relax and unwind. So that might work for you, or something else that kind of would lead you easily to going to sleep. Next is to use the bed for sleep and sex. Avoid eating, watching TV, or using your smartphone in bed. Your body's a very kind of primordial organism, and it responds to simple cues. If the bed becomes a cue to sleep, if that's all you do in bed, then it's easy for your body to get the message. If you use the bed for a plethora of other activities, then the association or the cue, the trigger and the cue are not going to be linked well, and so you're going to struggle falling asleep if you frequently watch TV or use your smartphone in bed. Next is to use a blue light filter on your phone within 2 hours of sleep. This is can be found for iPhone under Settings, Display and Brightness on night shift mode. The blue lights are what screens are used to currently, and if they actually simulate sunlight, so they keep people up. And the blue light filter removes the blue light from the picture within a certain time before bedtime. Usually 2 hours is recommended. Next is wearing an eye mask and using earplugs. I do this every night. Alaska Bear from Amazon is where I get my sleep mask. It's silk, it's like $10, and then I use earplugs. I don't particularly wake up because of light or noise, but the total silence and pitch black is really calming and great for helping to go to sleep. Keeping the bedroom as cool as possible is recommended, and this is like in a range from 60 to 68 degrees. And then lastly, if you do wake up, don't check your smartphone. So a lot of people are worried about work or worried about an email they're getting from a colleague. And so they'll be up, they'll be thinking about that email, and they'll get up and they'll check their email. And what that's doing is it's reinforcing a bad habit. If you avoid using your smartphone when you wake up, you will basically not keep getting up with worries about what's going on at work. Thank you.